At laging binabanggit ang mga COA report ng 2022-2023 na mababa daw ang implementasyon at kulang daw ang internal controls at guidelines. May masasabi po ba tayo tungkol dito? May kasagutan po ba ito?
Madam Chair, yes, we call on Attorney Rosaline Sanchez to answer the question.
Talagang hindi naman sa barangay lamang napupolitika yung ayuda, pati dito sa mga senador, pati sa ating pangalawang Pangulo.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to
Under the FY 2025 National Expenditure Program, the Department of Budget and Management has recommended a budget of 2.037 billion pesos vis-a-vis the 3.24 billion proposal of the Office of the Vice President. The amount recommended is 8.05% higher than the FY 2024 budget as appropriated. This composed of the following. The recommended personal services budget for FY 2025 is 9.25% of the total recommended budget. It covers 149 field positions, special duty allowance for military and uniformed personnel, salary for non-permanent positions. It also includes provision for terminal leave benefits of mandatory retirees, loyalty award, and anniversary bonus for OVP personnel. The total personal services, including the RLIF for FY 2025, is 188.514 million pesos. Recommended MOOE or the maintenance and other operating expenses for FY 2025 is equivalent to 1.792 billion pesos. Significant portion of the total MOOE is allocated for the financial assistance or subsidies and supplies and materials or welfare goods, which account for 52.86% and 15.92% of the total MOOE. The MOOE is 87.98% of the total budget. The total capital outlay is 2.77% of the total recommended budget. This covers the procurement of motor vehicles in relation to the ceremonial, diplomatic, and advocacy-based engagements of the Office of the Vice President. It also includes ICT equipment and various machineries and equipment. By appropriation source, 2.026 billion or 99.5% is under the agency-specific and 0.05% is under the retirement and life insurance benefits. The appropriated budget of the OVP beginning 2019 is above 500 million. It has been consistently increasing since then, and under the current year appropriation, the OVP has 1.885 billion pesos. While the appropriation is consistently increasing, the obligation rate remained in good standing and maintained the rate at above 90%. The DBM recommended the budget of 2.037 billion for fiscal year 2025 vis-a-vis the 3.24 billion proposal, which is 8.05% higher than the FY 2024 budget as appropriated due to the expansion of the socio-economic services of the Office of the Vice President, which was proposed under Tier 2. Of the total OVP proposed budget, 1.269 billion or 62% is allotted for the socio-economic programs of the OVP. As the second highest office in the land, the OVP aims to promote the welfare of every Filipino in line with its vision to create lasting impact on the lives of every Filipino through its socio-economic programs and services. With this, the OVP established satellite offices and extension offices in key areas in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao to provide Filipinos with immediate access to the services offered by the OVP. In 2023, we were able to cater to 977,615 beneficiaries out of the 670,300 target, and as of June 30 this year, we have served 684,830 out of the 1,013,620 target beneficiaries. And for 2025, we target to cater 1,139,244 beneficiaries. For the fiscal year 2023, we have 977,615 total beneficiaries of all OVP services delivered, 793 strategic partnership established or strengthened, 98% of requests acted upon within standard processing time, 100% of projects with partners implemented as planned, 97% average satisfaction ratings for OVP services, and 489 ceremonial engagements completed. As to financial performance, out of the 2.447 billion pesos allotment, we have obligated 2.259 billion pesos with an obligation rate of 92%. And we have disbursed 2.096 billion pesos with a disbursement rate of 93%. As of June 30 of this year, we have 684,830 beneficiaries of all OVP services delivered, 287 strategic partnership established or strengthened, 98.8% of requests acted upon within standard processing time, 98.7% of projects with partners implemented as planned, 97.3% average satisfaction ratings of OVP services, and 255 ceremonial engagements completed. As to financial performance of the first semester of the fiscal year 2024, out of the 2.072 billion pesos allotment, we have obligated 826.6 million pesos with obligation rate of 40% and disbursed 518.379 million with a disbursement rate of 70%. As the second highest office in the land, the OVP carries out functions that complements work of other government agencies while advancing the well-being of the Filipino people. With a mission to deliver efficient, accessible, and responsive public services, our work resonates at the core of our nation's welfare and progress. Thank you very much.
Samantalang nasimulan na ang pagtatanong tungkol sa budget, nais kong bigyan ng pagkakataon ng pangalawang Pangulo na sumagot sa mga pumupuna sa kanya at laging binabanggit ang mga COA report ng 2022-2023 na mababa daw ang implementasyon at kulang daw ang internal controls at guidelines. May masasabi po ba tayo tungkol dito? May kasagutan po ba ito?
Madam Chair, yes, we call on Attorney Rosalyn Sanchez to answer the question.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. On the first question on the low implementation of some of the programs, Your Honor, some of the programs were just started to be implemented by the office in 2023. So we are still in the process of fine-tuning the details of the program and obtaining the requirements from the applicants of the programs. Specifically on the Magnegosyo Taday project, we have seen that some of our target beneficiaries have difficulty in complying with the requirements, and we are closely working with the Commission on Audit to streamline the process for the application of the program. And on the controls, on the matter of controls, Madam Chair, we would like to know that we have not received, we would like to know that audit findings are still not yet final, and we are again working closely with COA to improve our processes and address the issues that they have raised during the audit, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. Madam Chair, I am Attorney Lopez, the Chief of Staff of the Office of the Vice President. As regards the first question on the matter of the low implementation rate of the Office of the Vice President, for the past 2 years, Your Honor, for year 2022 and 2023, as we have presented early on, the Office of the Vice President has a 92% utilization rate, actually. But it is, as of date, as of now, as of June, July, the rate is stands at 40%, primarily because most of our programs are rolled out towards the second semester. Particularly, for example, the Pagbabago Bag in time for the opening of the school year, and also the launch of our Pansara program, which we will also be launching upon school opening. So this is a big bulk of the budget of the Office of the Vice President. Hence, there is a low utilization rate. But at the end of the year, all of this, Madam Chair, as we have, as records will bear out, it will be around the 90 to 92% utilization rate.
Yes, congratulations. So that therefore, those who say that the same observations have been made by COA for the past 2 years are inaccurate and unaware of the actions already taken by the OVP. Is that correct?
Ma'am, the matter of the low, it is correct as regards the matter of the first semester, because we really do have a low utilization rate even for the past years as regards the first semester. But
The
towards the
repeated
end,
observation from COA is regards to the inadequate guidelines, processes, and the lack of internal control. Yun ang naulit ng 2 taon. Na isaayos na ba yan? Kasi
Opo.
nabanggit ni attorney na kausap na ninyo yung COA at ginagawa na ng guidelines na sapat.
that is correct, Your Honor. We are working continuously with the team from the Commission on Audit to improve and streamline our processes and guidelines.
Nakakatuwa yung budget ninyo, nautangan pa kayo ng CHED. Nabayaran na ba kayo ng 18 million na utang?
Your Honor, if I may answer the question. Okay. Your Honor, it was partial liquidation by CHED from the time that we had our budget hearing last year until this year. But there is still a remaining amount of 1,993,500 pesos, Your Honor, out of the original 18 million.
Hindi kayo nag-iisa. Ang CHED may utang din sa mga senador. Kaya't yun ang nakakatuwa sa CHED kung saan-saan napupunta yung pera. At wala na po akong tanong. Ang sasabihin ko lang, talagang hindi naman sa barangay lamang napupolitika yung ayuda, pati dito sa mga senador, pati sa ating pangalawang Pangulo.